Mr. Painter, do you think Senator Gillibrand is a crook?
No, and I do not think all politicians are crooks. And
Why did you call her a crook?
I did not call her a crook. Now, Ms. Senator, you need to focus
here's what
on
I'm
this
looking
bill.
right now.
You're doing this again. You did it the last
published a
hearing.
tweet that
You
said
need to
Senator
read the
Gillibrand's
bill.
role in stable.
Before we start, hit like and subscribe because Senator John Kennedy just went head-to-head with Richard Painter in a Senate hearing that quickly spiraled out of control. Kennedy warned Congress doesn't understand crypto. Painter accused politicians of being influenced by crypto donations. And before long, the hearing turned into personal insults.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, ma'am. Senator Kennedy.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I've listened with great interest today, and here's what I hear you saying. The four folks to my left, I hear you saying that digital assets are different. Digital assets hold great promise. Digital assets need special rules. I agree with that. The obvious question is, what should those rules be? And to what extent should we allow you to draft them? I've also heard some of you say that digital assets represent the next generation of the internet. Well, we let the current generation of the internet draft their own rules. And frankly, it looks like what we got as a result looks like somebody knocked over a urine sample. Congress can't even agree on basic legislation dealing with privacy on the internet. How the hell are we going to tackle this? But I hear what you're saying. I hear Mr. Painter, as usual, if you follow him on social media, you know, all politicians are crooks. Very helpful. I want to direct most of my questions to Professor Massad. Is that how you say your name?
Massad.
Mr. Massad. I'm really worried we're going to get this wrong. We don't know, we in Congress and our staffs don't know as much as the professionals in digital assets know. And I don't see how we can possibly catch up. Tell me more about your idea of having the SEC. Well, first, I don't want to run out of time here, but why is the digital assets industry so scared of being regulated by the SEC?
Well, I think we need to step back, Senator.
Briefly, please.
They don't want everything treated as a security because they don't want that entire framework to apply. But that's also because the SEC did fail to try to customize its rules to adapt for this technology, and it should do that. And you've got leadership at the agencies now who are working on those things.
You're suggesting that we turn to two of our agencies, one of which is the SEC, and say, you have expertise. Before we take a crack at a bill, you come up with a bill with rules, with regulations. Tell us how to do this. Because I hear you saying in some cases digital assets are commodities. In some cases, they're securities.
Congress needs to fill the gap, which is if it's not a security, who's going to create a regulatory framework for it? So you do need to fill that. But these questions about exactly which is when is it a security, when is it not a security, how do we customize the rules, what should we do about DeFi, a lot of that should really be left to the agencies. You could establish some principles, but I wouldn't write detailed rules.
Have you looked, Professor, at at Congressman Hill's legislation?
I have in detail.
What do you think?
I think it's got a lot of problems. I think it's 236 pages of regulatory arbitrage opportunities for creative lawyers, and I used to be one that did that kind of stuff.
Made a lot of money, did you?
I did, but
Mr. Painter, do you think Senator Gillibrand is a crook?
No, and I do not think all politicians are crooks. And
Why did you call her a crook?
I did not call her a crook. Now, Ms. Senator, you need to
here's
focus
what I'm
on this
looking
bill.
right now.
You're doing this again. You did it the last
published a
hearing.
tweet that
You
said
need to
Senator
read the
Gillibrand's
bill.
role in stablecoin regulation, $217,000 in crypto donations. You tweeted that.
Yes, I
And
do.
then you said, the crypto industry is buying Congress and the White House. This won't end well. Why do you think the crypto industry is buying Senator Gillibrand?
I said, look at the campaign contributions from this industry.
You think they've bought her?
I said, look at the campaign
You said
contributions.
they bought her. Do you think they bought her?
Senator, you need to focus on this bill instead of trying to distort my Twitter.
You
Last
called
time,
one of my
you were
colleagues a
quoting
crook,
what a Marxist in
and-
Chicago said
And
about
what
me.
evidence do you
make
have
no
that she's
sense.
a crook?
I said there is massive amount of campaign contributions coming into this Congress from the crypto
Do
industry.
you want to apologize
You need,
to Senator Gillibrand?
I do not want you to have to apologize for passing
Do
legislation
you want to
that
apologize
destroys
to
our
Senator
economy.
Gillibrand for calling her
You
a
are
crook?
distorting what I said, just like you did in the last hearing. You're wasting everybody's time, Senator.
You're a whack job.
Senator,
You are a
wasting.
blatantly
Well, I think we are.
next
I
level
think we.
whack job.
I think we
Is
are.
this
out of
middle
time.
school, Senator?
Senators and witness. Thank you both.
I
for
think
your
you should
part-
apologize, Senator
I think,
Gillibrand.
Senator, you're wasting our time. This is not middle school.
Thank you for your participation. I will say that Senator Smith is next. The floor is yours.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. So, not so long ago, I
What we just watched in this Senate hearing was not leadership. It was a warning. Senator John Kennedy started with a truth most politicians refuse to admit. Congress does not understand digital assets. Lawmakers are trying to regulate technology that is moving faster than their own staff can learn it. Kennedy pointed out something most Americans already know. When the internet was left to write its own rules, we lost privacy, accountability, and control. Now Washington is about to repeat the same mistake with crypto, except this time the stakes involve money, savings, and national competitiveness. He asked the question no one else wanted to ask. Should Congress let federal agencies write the rules before lawmakers even understand what they are regulating? Professor Massad admitted the crypto industry fears the SEC because it does not want everything labeled as security. But he also admitted the SEC failed to modernize its own rulebook. That tells you everything. Bureaucracy cannot keep up with innovation. Massad argued Congress should only write principles and let agencies handle the details. Kennedy pushed back because that hands massive power to unelected regulators. Americans did not vote for SEC commissioners to control the future of digital money. Then the hearing went off the rails. Kennedy confronted Richard Painter over his tweets accusing politicians of being bought by crypto donors. Painter denied calling anyone a crook while still insisting the industry is corrupting Congress. Instead of debating policy, they argued about social media posts, campaign donations, and personal motives. The chairman had to step in like a referee. And while they argued, not one clear rule for crypto was created. That is the real problem. Crypto is not just a trend. It is either the next financial system or a major economic threat. But Washington cannot treat it like both at the same time. Other countries are building frameworks. America is building arguments. This hearing proved something uncomfortable. Our leaders are more focused on politics than progress. And if that does not change, the future of finance will be decided somewhere else. And when that happens, Americans will be left paying the price.